Hey YouTube, how you going? Just wanted to do a video on the importance of adapting your training to the specific requirements, of the race that you're looking at doing. For most of this year, my training has been focused on building endurance because my aim and my goals do revolve around ultra endurance events. I really want to run, like 100 kilometer, 100 mile races, and that's where I see my passion and my future and everything like that. I still love obstacle racing, but with obstacle racing, I guess my focus is on things like World's Toughest Mudder, races like the Spartan Race World Championships in Vermont, which although is only 20 kilometers, it's a race that can last 3 or 4 hours just because of the vertical nature of the course. And things like the Ultra Beast as well, which is a 42-kilometer full marathon obstacle race, but obviously because it is an obstacle race, takes a lot longer than a normal marathon. So a lot of my training has been endurance-based. Now, being selected as part of this Southern Cross Spartans team means that I'm going to Vermont, where the course and the nature of the course is completely different to everything that we have here in Australia. Vermont is it's a ski resort, and as a result, it's got lots of hills. So obviously we've got to adapt my training to be able to cater to the demands of running uphill for extended periods of time and having very little flat nature to the course, and also running downhill, which is often an overlooked component of training. Before I get into that, as I've mentioned in all of my other recent videos, I do have a fundraising campaign that I am running. If you get any benefit out of any of my videos, then please, feel free to throw a few dollars my way. It certainly would help get me over there. It's a bare bones trip. I'm essentially flying there, flying back to do the event and to bring you guys some more footage. Now, I'm very fortunate that I have a coach, a running coach, and for those of you who are serious about your running and obstacle racing, I'd certainly recommend getting either a running coach or a personal trainer who has a lot of experience in obstacle racing. My preference always would be for a running coach because I think you can learn more about the kind of obstacles and the training that you need to do for that from other avenues, whereas if you just have a PT, sure, he might be able to make you stronger, but if he doesn't know a lot about running, he ain't going to be able to help you. Now, I'm not an expert on running or anything like that, so I'm kind of sharing with you a few nuggets of information and what I've been doing in my training, because my coach, he's competed at the Ultra Trail Mont Blanc, he's an accomplished ultra runner and everything like that, so he knows his shit. Anyway, going to Vermont, obviously very hilly and course, lots of steep ascent and descent. So what we've essentially been doing is incorporating hills into almost every run during the week, except for my sprints. So I still do sprint work on Tuesdays, but then on Thursdays, for example, I've been doing hill repeats. This started with literally just 3 minutes up, 3 minutes down, 3 minutes up, recovery on the way down, so walking, jogging, whatever it took, and doing that, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. That then progressed to running 3 minutes up hard and running 3 minutes down hard. Now, for those of you who haven't run downhill hard before, it certainly is a different feeling, and it takes a lot out of you when you've sprinted uphill and then are sprinting back downhill. And then following that, we've then, last week, it adapted a little bit more, where we kind of did a pyramid scheme where it was 30 seconds up, recovery back down, 60, 90, 120, all the way up to 3 minutes and back down. And then this final week, which is my last hard week before we really push it, is just lots of short, sharp, up and down, nice and hard on the way up, hard on the way down, very minimal recovery. On the Saturday run, I've typically, between Saturday and Sunday, it kind of alternates. One of those days will be a hard hill day where I'm literally trying to fit in as much elevation on the course as I possibly can. So I'm very fortunate that, not fortunate actually, that I live on the northern beaches where there's hardly any hills, so I had to kind of find a little loop where I literally just run round and round in circles for 2.5, 3 hours to get in as much hill work as I possibly can. Then as I said, the other day on that weekend, whether it's the Saturday or the Sunday, it's more of a standard run aimed at just maintaining that endurance and fitting in a few hills along the way as well. But I just wanted to kind of give you that very brief overview of my training because it shows the importance of training for the specific event. You know, going to Vermont obviously is a very hilly course, so there'd be not a lot of benefit and no point just running a whole heap of, you know, flat kilometers, you know, just essentially on flat ground and only a few little hills here and there. Also, what we've been doing with my sprint work is incorporating burpees in my recovery time. So it's not really too much of a recovery. I essentially kind of do a couple of laps, whether it's 400, 800 meters, whatever the case may be, burpees, repeat that, and then have a little bit of a break and do that again. So I think that's really good, and I've really found the benefit of incorporating burpees into my sprint training, because that's what you're going to face at the Spartan race. You know, if you fail an obstacle, obviously with Spartan race you've got to do 30 burpees, so why not practice that in your training? It also kind of gets you conditioned to going really, really hard, and then all of a sudden, bang, stop, got to do something else, whether it's an obstacle if you're successful, or burpees if you fail, and then bang, off you go again, got to run fast. So to summarize this video, what I would say is, if you don't have the benefits of a coach, look at the course. And I know that can sometimes be hard if obstacle races move to different venues, but a lot of the time they do go back to the same place. So either use your past experience, or you know, read an obstacle racing magazine, jump on my blog, find another blog, find someone who's done that race and written about that course, and then if they've got, even better, if they've got like GPS data and that kind of thing off their Garmin, have a look at that and see, okay, what are the demands of the course? Is there a lot of hills? Yes, no. Okay, if there's a lot of hills, then you've got to incorporate hill work. Another thing that recently came up that I saw on a Facebook page from America was that there was a course with a lot of swimming. And I can't remember who it was. It was one of the top guys over there in Spartan Race, and he said his swimming really let him down, and that's where he lost the race, or lost his podium position, whatever the case may be. I can't remember. So if you know that there's going to be a lot of swimming on the course, and you're not a great swimmer and you're going for a good time, maybe that's something you've got to incorporate into your training there as well. As I said, you know, if it's an uphill kind of race, don't forget, if you go up, you got to run back down as well. So push hard on the downhill in some of your work. It certainly makes a difference, and it's something that I hadn't done until recently. And also, you know, if you just find like World's Toughest Mudder, for example, the course is pretty much flat as a pancake, then maybe you can spend more time building up your miles and your kilometers rather than having to do as much hill work. Still think there'd be a benefit from doing some of it, you know, because it develops power and it certainly smashes your cardiovascular system. But just look at the specifics of the course and adapt your training to that. As I said, I'm not going to sit here as like some super duper expert, but I just kind of wanted to pass on kind of a little bit of what I've learned from my own coach. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, let me know down below. But as I did say at the start, if you are able to get a coach, I'd certainly recommend it. If you're in Australia, or I think my coach even does people from around the world. So if you're serious about your running and you know, want a coach, let me know. I can put you in touch with someone great. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, please rate, comment, subscribe, let us know your thoughts, and I'll see you next video.